for that wonderful reception. Oh, I fucked the mic stand too. Hello, I'm Chris Banner, and I'm very new to stand-up comedy, but I've always wanted to give it a try ever since I was just a little kid. I remember I was always telling jokes to my great granny, and she always seemed to be pissing herself, so I'm a bit disappointed looking around. My granny's not here tonight. She said she was coming along, but she's had a bit of a day, really. She was thrown out of her knitting group for health reasons. They discovered she was sharing needles. But like a lot of comics, I'm bipolar, and there's nothing I can really do about this. I'm just naturally attracted to both women and bears. But I do think it's important to be politically correct these days. In fact, I was just outside a minute ago having an argument with a disabled man who was cheekily trying to park his car in an able-bodied parking space. But I'm currently writing a TV drama. It's about an aeroplane that crashes into a house, and the survivors find themselves trapped in the attic. I was going to call it Loft. Like I say, I'm new. But you may have seen me on the telly before. You're perhaps familiar with a show called The Secret Millionaire? Yeah? Fucking laugh. Now, the one I did was called The Secret Pauper. I went into a derelict community, told them I was going to invest millions of pounds in the area, before announcing, just kidding, I'm skint with hilarious consequences. But I think my all-time comedy hero would be Harry Enfield, and the reason being I really love the randy old lady sketches. And now this is where the old-age pensioners would leap on the unsuspecting teenage boys and scream, "Young man, of my age, your age!" And of course American TV bought the idea, made a whole series out of it. They renamed it Sex and the City. The credit crunch is really starting to test the strongest of friendships. Just last week I saw R2-D2 posting C-3PO to cash for gold. That was a new one! Sorry. You've got to be romantic as well in your relationships. Apparently, according to a recent poll, the most romantic song of all time is by Ronan Keating, and it's called "You Say It Best When You Say Nothing at All." Doesn't sound very romantic to me. Sounds more like a polite way of saying "shut the fuck up." Not that I know a lot about romance. I mean, I know an ex-girlfriend of mine told me once she wanted me to treat her like a princess, so I surprised her with a little car accident. Too soon. But I'm married now, and she knew I was starting to get a bit more interested when I changed my Facebook profile from single to stalking. It was our wedding anniversary last week, and she wanted me to buy her something that all the young, trendy girls were wearing. So I got her one of those necklaces that says gonorrhea. But we got kids, and it's not a very nice thing, obviously, seeing your wife go through labour. I mean, God knows she went through a lot of pain and suffering and took a hell of a lot of oxygen at the conception alone. I'm glad my granny's not here, to be honest with you. But the thing about kids is they need to be entertained, right? Now, one way to do this, right? Pick up a banana, stick it to your ear. Hey, look, kids, I'm on the telephone, right? Every parent does this at some point, and obviously it's hilarious. But what most people don't realise is when you're yakking away on this banana phone, some 3,000 miles away in Africa, there's a gorilla going, "What? Who is this? How did you get this number?" And of course you do get a really good reception with a banana. Well, it's better than orange. Sorry! No sleep last night. All I heard last night was this shouting and screaming and banging coming from the man underneath. which was a little weird because I was in a camper van at the time. Anyway, so kids, like to play games. Kids like to play games, and I was playing one last week, and I accidentally swallowed the dice. Die? No, I was fine. It came out the other end as a number 2, which won me the game. First time I ever played craps. And I will leave you. Chris is going to love me what I've done with this fucking mic stand. I will leave you just with. Well, I was actually watching a TV show. I don't know if you've seen the new updated version of Bill and Ben, the Flower Pot Men, on the BBC channel. Bill was saying to Ben, "Whoa," and Ben replied, "You know, if you love me, you'll swallow it." Thank you, and I hope to see you again.